We are back, ladies, gentlemen, and MBs, for the start of our Valpo Varsity Valorant here at Valpo Esports. I'm your host, Diadem. I'm here with my co-host,
Gia.
And today we're going to be taking on Belmont University. We're going to be moving to Bind on our first map as well. We've seen a lot of success come out of Valpo, especially on Bind in general, right? We know that our comps kind of like to revolve around an aggressive raise, but obviously it's going to be a bit different as we load into the game here because there is no Johan today. So Valpo's starting roster is going to be Egg, Gamer Films, Artie Party, Ghost Voices, and Ninja Panda. So first time this season without Johan. I want to see how this kind of differs their comp, right? We have Egg on Waylay. We have Egg on a blue list. So it's going to be a bit interesting, but obviously we talked about it before. Egg is kind of the jack of all trades person on their team. It is somebody that you throw into the comp wherever he needs to be. He will learn the character and play it. So he's kind of stepping up for the team here when they need it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see him on Waylay. Artie Party on the Astra, Gamer Films on the Cypher, Ghost Voices, and Ninja Panda, two new players to the Valorant team, both going Initiator. Sky pretty common on this map, but interesting to go with the Tejo choice. But looks like they've chose the right side to begin with. The only issue is Bind is it's very easy to get across the map with the teleporters, so the rotation can come pretty fast. And it looks like Belmont's going to take A short immediately, but they're going to find no one, which will probably alert Yoru that something's coming through the Puka side.
Yeah, it's just interesting because, Belmont went with a double duelist comp, right? They picked two duelists, and they're really, really offensive, while Valpo is more on the defensive side. So starting off in the opposite range already, Artie Party on the on the lurks, to be able to pick one, but you hear quick TPs come out from the side of Valpo, and they're just going to rotate onto A side.
Yeah, this is going to be a free site, and Egg actually takes Heaven, and I don't think Yoru's probably aware. You're not usually thinking Waylay's getting vertical. You know, maybe if there's a raise or a jet, someone's kind of prepared for that. So he's in a good spot, just kind of needs to play the time. Ghost Force is going to hear them showers and get out, but they're kind of getting pinched at the moment. They don't really have control of it too much.
Look at that.
You are going to win that trade, though. I mean, you're going to take two. Does miss the shot on Yoru, but it's going to be two on point. Egg at top as well. They're going to tap point and try to walk around, but Artie Party is slowly lurking. They know that they're not sticking it right now. There's the hold and a quick right click there. Valpo playing the post plant really, really well there. Going to take the first round.
Yeah, they did a great job of actually kind of delaying and not getting too antsy there once the plant was down. That's something we've seen them struggle with. Astra is very, very good at delaying and wasting time once the spike is planted. So good job out of Valpo. Good job of letting Artie Party kind of work the site by himself, get that pick after the rotation came when contact happened at Puka, and calling the team back through the teleporters. It's really hard as a defender on this map to want to sit still because the enemy team can go all the way across the map in half a second when they hit that TP.
Yeah, I really I like how fast they pulled the trigger on the TP as well. I feel like the moment that they hopped through that teleporter, they were on A side. They're really like that as BU intellectual. They're getting the trade off, and they're gonna have to jump through the smoke. Egg, really nice rewind. They're gonna at least be able to scope out a little bit. You have to fight the wall up on point. Smokes and Grim are gonna be able to cover Yoru now walking in. You have three shorties down on the map over this B site, and Ghost Voice is just a little bit too far on that. You're gonna go 2 for 2 there. It is gonna be 8 for 2 going on the point. Artie Party with another kill on the Stinger. There is one up top gonna drop one smoke and then pop around. Artie Party with a triple, and all that's left is one rotating around to B point. So it's gonna be a 2v1. Egg gets picked though. We do have a classic drop. You have to be careful about the weapon drop there on the ground. We're gonna peek through, and Artie Party with a 4K with the Stinger. I mean, it's Stinger Party all over again. Valpo going up 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, complete opposite of what we're used to seeing now. Then usually they're down 2-0 and have to claw their way back here in the buy round. A little bit of an advantage, but up 2-0, so a little different. Already got the actual wall online. Might just look to kind of take this around and not look to damage the economy for Belmont, just because they have that wall. Might fast hit something. Belmont not really switching anything up, it looks like, on the defensive setup, kind of keeping 3 towards A still. And it will pay off. This is going to be Valpo's first time kind of starting on this side of the map as a whole, but going to do a good job dogging out fades in there, and Waylay's just going to get active.
Ooh. I like the shot. Gonna be able to hit my but no. I mean, this is your favorite kind of bonus round, right? There is no limit to it. Just any kind of pick for you is huge into the Shadow economy. So, I mean, especially, considering how defensive your comp is. Artie Party with one, Artie Party with a second one as well. He does have to pick up Vandal, so he's going to be a pretty big threat here as he drops the ult already on point. The pant coming down from Gamer Films. He is going to change the reposition, though, as Brimstone lurks around the corner. He is going to be able to get one. Look for the second one right there. Finds the second one. Will trade the Ninja Panda. It's going to be a similar 2v1 again. You're still playing around the Astro Wall on this A site. You're going to be lurking through showers here. Nice tank utility. He's going to be able to chip out, but he just turns around right as he peeks. That's going to be one down, and he's walking straight to site. He thinks he showers, but Artie Party's on the complete opposite side. You have to be careful about this rotation. Viper is looking two ways at once, so Artie does have the advantage here. He just needs to not show his hand too quickly. And there it is, the peek around. And a really close spray, but going to be able to get a 3K. Artie Party just going crazy right now in this map. Valpo up 3-0.
I mean, that's what you need. Artie Party 9-0. Use the ult there, but like I said, if you can use the ult in that round and kind of get that and take all the weapons away from Belmont, even if they came out of there with like one Vandal, the economy was ruined. And now Valpo's going to be able to pull by across the board here, I believe. So, big round. They'll have money for next round, even if this one doesn't go well. They're going to gamble stack A. Yoru's a little bit of a fake stack because he'll probably TP pretty fast. To not leave Viper alone, yeah, just once he doesn't have any contact showers. But looks like an explosion here through long out of Valpo. See where Waylay combine.
I love that Egg is just entering right here because although Yoru does trade two in the back and then one dies to the snake bite as well, Valpo is at least going to be able to get two out of it and Waylay on point position. You're gonna force Belmont to at least play back on this site a little bit. But they have to be careful on the roam. And Waylay Egg going to win that shot right there. So it's actually huge killing that roam because now you slow it down. You have pressure with teleporter. You throw something through teleporter. You're at least able to put one on site, but it's a little bit of a risky move not also walking with him, right? You kind of either gotta go as two or you gotta fake. You go as two and fake the TP, or you both TP. It's kind of rough to split yourself there.
Yeah, no, definitely should never split yourself in that situation, especially in a round where you know you have the weapon advantage, right? All of the weapons even that you had that dropped were right there. You knew that Brimstone and Fade could not access them unless they came that way. So, you gotta leave. If they want to take the time to run through, they're gonna have to either waste all of that time to run across the map or hit the teleporter. And if they hit the teleporter, you know at least one is behind you, and you can kind of get that 1v1 and turn around and flip the map on him. So, yeah, the split up was definitely just bad decision there out of Valpo, but 3-1 lead so far. They'll know that Yoru is Hookah. But I think Valpo's kind of identified that Belmont really wants to stack A and let Viper kind of try to lock down B, which is pretty typical for Bind on defense.
Yeah, I mean, you see, you have a lot of snakebite shots. Your wall is really, really useful for both cutting off, cutting off long and cutting off rotation.
Too much.
But it's also, right, your snakebite drops are just huge, but you see Egg instantly enter right there, and then rewind right back. You're going to be able to get one shot off on the Viper, but peeks around right as the wall drops, and Yoru's going to finish it off. You have the lurk from Artie Party, though, and there's the shot. So we're going to see if Valpo wants to pull it full rotation right here again, like they did in the first round, but Kevster peeks out on mid while Ninja Panda is rotating. Going to be able to peek that. Now you have one Heaven. You're going to have to walk around Gamer Films in a bit of a rough spot right now, especially because you don't have the gun out of Ghost Voices that you want. Really, you have Artie Party to control this corner, but there's the Yoru ult right there. Going to be able to peek him. And now you have Viper walking his way as well. Going to pop back onto point. Yoru takes a little bit of a health trade, but two are going to drop Artie Party, the only one left, and is at corner right now. He's going to have to peek around. They do tap it right there. He's going to have the stars to pull. I think he can interrupt right there. Oh, he does get the interrupt, but they do get half. You have one in Heaven as well, and he's going to stick it right there because they know he's caught. He's just going to get shot down right there. That's 2 rounds in a row for Belmont.
Yeah, I like the idea there out of Egg, but not being able to find that pick makes that a little rough, and then the pullback. I think once Artie Party kind of finds that initial elimination, the teleporter has to be immediate out of Alpha. They cannot wait around. That was a bit of a save, though. Ghost Voices, I think, had just a classic in that round, so not unexpected. I'd like to see Valpo work the map a little more, not kind of force the issue right away. Let Belmont overthink it. That's kind of where they struggled in the first 3. Once they didn't find anything, they just kind of couldn't sit still. But gonna see an op out, which is interesting on Waylay.
Yeah, aggressive spot as well. Obviously, you have the TP and Waylay TP running just out there, but you know, perfect timing. Already Party's gonna peek that and then die mid. So Valpo at least now has intel, right? Obviously, you lose a man, but you know that the op is mid. You're gonna have to play around one of these long sites, but if you don't play it quick enough right now, I think the op is just gonna have time to rotate. As you can see them walking around, you do have a nice concuss right there. X gonna be able to peek one, and then immediately the Cypher ult as well comes out. He's gonna pop through the ult. There's two right there in the Brimstone Stin. Is gonna be able to keep that, but it's really aggressive run right there. Ghost Voice is at least gonna be able to trade one, but still 1-for-1 in that spot. You hit the Yoru, so now both stunned. Ghost Voice is the only one left stuck in this corner right here. And they're just gonna wait their time right there. A quick peek from Fade, and that's gonna be another round going to Belmont.
Yeah, Belmont.
I know I give you guys a hard time.
Not Belmont.
You're better off with me.
Valpo dropped 2 ultimates in that one, which is a little rough. They popped the Cypher ultimate. They popped the Waylay ultimate. The Waylay ultimate did lead to one elimination, but it looked like Ninja Panda was kind of jumping onto the enemy with his stun out there. So got to get that shot earlier. It can bounce off the wall, so you throw it off that back wall, kind of into that little cubby that's created on the back side of B. But I think it's there for Valpo. They've got some good ults in this one. Not the Brimstone, the Teo all to kind of clear any area back site, and then the Sky ult to figure out where the numbers are. But it's just, where is Yoru, basically? Yeah.
I mean, Yoru really is the first, kind of first threat that you want to encounter here, because if you can force the TP out, you can just get a lot of intel. And a nice swing from Artie Party there. Should be able to win it with the Stinger over the Phantom. So here comes the Teo ult as well, popping out. Just going to try and clear out, but a really nice peek from Viper's at least going to go 1-for-1. Gamer Films picks up another gun there, so that's going to be 2 guns in the hands of Valpo, even with the 1-for-1 trade. So I feel like that's worth for them, at least in the round where they're not full buying. Gonna peek around. You do know that there's one in corner. Fade is still on this point though. It is a really aggressive turn, and then a hit marker from Egg on top, and they both swing just at different times, and then just
last player standing.
And one on the road, so you have to plant. Valpo is just playing really split right now. I don't know where their focus is.
Yeah, I mean, they had the 2 got trapped in elbow, but they got the commitment out of the Fade ultimate, which was pretty much worth it.
Sorry to spoil the party.
They hit that TP immediately. But then I think Egg and Gamer Films just have to buy time back there. There was no need for Egg to swing out in elbow and try to get the elimination. He did get the tag, didn't get the finish because it's the Phantom. But I think you just buy the time. They're gonna have to rotate away. You can hit the teleporter, come late. It doesn't take long to go across the map on Vine. You're not in a time crunch. Your teammates had the other site. Not aware that someone could rotate, which was a little interesting because they knew Brimstone, or they knew where both players were. They knew Brimstone was coming from spawn because of that ultimate, so just a little unaware. Maybe the communication's not there. Things are getting a little too fast for them, and I think the game really favors them to slow down.
Yeah, Egg walking out there. You are gonna at least go 2-for-1.
I've got your trail.
You're up 1. Excuse me. You're up 1, and you have the ult off as well from Ghost Voices, so you at least have a little bit of target here. The trackers are going to be able to tag as Teo places here. And now you have a slower setup, right? You still have the Cypher setup. You have the smokes as well. You're playing in this corner. Belmont waiting for their rotation to come through before they can get anything. But we're going to see if Artie Party can catch up to them first. As you have the Astro ult dropped right there. Waylay dashing onto the point. Gamer Film's not going to be able to find the second one out. But Artie Party on the rotate is going to be able to find 2. And now it's a 3v1 on point. You have Fade coming in for being long here. So going to get the peak. Oh, there we go. That's a good setup. It's a good setup. But Valpo winning out. 2 people left on the point and gonna tie it up 4-4.
Yeah, Gamerfield's just, it's a little difficult, you know, same issue with the Rays, with Jet, those duelists that can really explode out. You gotta, it's so hard to not want to shoot at them the second they go out, but like Jet updraft dash, it's really hard to hit. You gotta land the first bullet on the head, or your spray is never gonna be able to keep up or be tight enough to move with them. So you just gotta be able to be disciplined, let that go through, communicate that to your teammates. But good job on Artie Party to use that wall. I think Valpo, once the spike's down, there was no need for Ghost Voice to swing. So they just play a little more defensive once they get that spike down, which they seem to have no problems with right now. Oh, and the op's back out for Belmont on a kind of a lower buy, I'd assume. Still a bit of a force. No, you knew the op is there. That was really bad decision making. Yeah. Belmont did use the Viper ult on the opposite side of the map, so it's not all lost in terms of, you know, what was invested by them into this. But, I mean, if Valpo doesn't find any picks, the economy won't be that hurt, and using this ultimate won't be that big of an issue. We'll see if they clear
check
this.
Yeah.
I mean, they should know every corner.
Fake teleport.
One enemy remaining.
And then the op TP as well. Where they just gonna TP in really quick. Tries to look for the
Your
knife.
biggest
He's
mistake.
gonna lose that. He's probably gonna pick up the op
Fake
here, but that's gonna be around. And Belmont going up 5-4 now, breaking the tie.
Yeah, they do pick up the operator, and I like to see the timeout come here because you know the operator's alive, and you have the operator's biggest weakness. You have Sky. That's pretty much the number one. I mean, Phoenix maybe deterrent for an op in Valorant.
Yeah.
You know, you can push it off of lines of sight, and realistically, it's going to be in 3 areas. It's going to be B long, showers, or A short. It's not going to ever go hookah. Yeah, it's going to be in one of those 3. It's going to be taking an aggressive angle at the beginning. I mean, very rarely you see it played heaven, and it kind of looks like that's where Waylay's going at the moment. But that's very defensive. It's a lot harder to hit the shot. There's a lot less you can see. It's a weird height difference as well. So it just, I think what's being discussed here is how to avoid the op. Like,
yeah,
because Waylay's not exactly a duelist that even benefits from the operator. It's kind of like a Yoru. Like, it's not an op character. You're not getting outplayed because it's the character. It's not Jed with the get out of jail free card when you miss. It's not Chamber. So it's really just how can they avoid this? And I think that's probably what was discussed here.
Yeah. It's just rough because like with a lot of those duelists that we usually think of as operas, right? Obviously you have the quick movement, which you can make an argument for Waylay's TP, but Waylay's TP is just such a heavy resource in comparison to all those other characters that, like you said, it's just not the most ideal setup. So I feel like if you can just counter the gun, you don't have to worry too much about the character.
Time to hunt.
Let's see how they want to go for it. You're gonna spot one in hookah. You still shot the clone, even though we saw Yoru in hookah. But I guess it's, you know, no harm, no foul. Nobody's dead yet. But you do give out just a little bit of info, and you're gonna swing it on the op side. And we saw him opping there a lot of rounds. I feel like at this point we're just kind of guessing like where he is. But you have the ping here, and it is really scratchy. He's gonna have immediately 2 teams right there where they're gonna be able to dodge one. He's not gonna be able to get any shots. That's gonna be a flawless round coming off the coming off the timeout from Valpo.
Yeah, I think realistically the timeout was probably talking about this round. I would assume when they had guns, it was a hodgepodge buy. RD Party could afford a Vandal, but that was it. RD Party, I think, is going a little too fast in the lurk roll at the moment as well. Just need to slow it down, especially when the operator's online. I mean, we gotta see some jump peaks. That's something we've identified that they do not ever do. Not a single one across any of our Valorant players. They don't jump peek, and it gets them in trouble. That's another way you can kind of deter the operators by jump peeking. They need to also be aware that the flash maybe is not hitting the operator, so it doesn't mean it's safe to swing it just because you get a flash tag. It's gonna be rough. They're gonna all be pros.
That was a little bit crazy for Waylay. A good ult. Right there, gonna be able to try to get trading one, but they're just all slaughtered down this one.
Yeah, grouping up there when a Waylay ultimate is online, and
Last
even a
round
Brimstone
before the
ultimate,
switch.
not the best idea. Try and force something. We know they've been heavy stacked towards A the entire game as well. There's been no reason why they would need to switch it. I don't know why Valpo's suddenly trying to force the issue at A. If they thought, you know, Belmont's gonna decide to switch up the strategy because a few rounds worked on B, but I mean, they're still in the lead by 3 here.
Yeah.
No real reason yet. We're gonna actually see an Odin out of Viper. I mean, the operator's still online on the side of Belmont. Got 2 ults though for Valpo. They have slowed it down greatly, which is huge. I think they just went way too fast. Yeah, now see, they're looking for the operator.
Need that back.
I like this. Yeah, you have the smoke. Issue is now you're
It's
gonna
in
want
the
to
corner.
force it.
Yeah. The trade has to be here out of A.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. You at least trade one right there. I'm gonna be honest. I don't blame him for not checking that corner. I would not look for the op in that corner.
I mean, it's an interesting place to sit. You're definitely not expecting that. Wow, that's rough.
good snake bite spot out of Viper though, knowing that the TP's coming back
Grenade
out.
is live.
But, here comes the shot. The issue is that you have ult up at least for Cypher and for Taeho. Here comes Brimstone. Oh,
Go ahead.
off, but he can get the spike plant and nobody's gonna die off that. Ninja Panda also taking another shot right there. Taeho coming through, gonna at least clear out a little bit. You still have Yoru lurking on the site. He is gonna be clear though because there are three in.
Yeah, I'm surprised Cypher's not looking for a body at the moment. He's trying to all
Killed the Cypher.
in the last round here, but there's no way you expect all three to be sitting lamps. Realistically, yeah, you're gonna have to try and check every other corner, and they just need to play time here, realistically. But someone does have to check the spike. Yeah, he's gonna stick it and win this round. You gotta check it. Someone has to check. You're a 2v1, someone's gotta jump peek, someone's gotta make noise, try to scare him off. You can't just sit
Switching
there and wait.
sides.
You handed that round away. It should be
I'm no
7
doctor,
to 5 here.
but I
going
can
into
patch
the
a bullet
second
hole
half.
or two.
Yeah.
Let me
Well,
know if you need healing.
Shake it, right? New round,
Yeah.
new half, fresh
New
start.
half. Now you're on defense. It'll be interesting to see. Now it's just can Valpo play patient? Can they sit and not over rotate and let the teleporters beat them?
Yeah, they do have a really strong offensive comp, right? But I feel like you have at least good setups, right? We played these kind of characters on this map before. I feel like this is nothing new for Valpo, so hopefully gonna be able to at least use up. We're gonna see Egg also hopping this A long as well, like their Waylay was doing. So probably just a pretty common setup at least to have with the TP. So
Yeah, having your duelist control showers is pretty huge. Just gonna jiggle peek it back and forth, but they're already able to there, and that blind is just way too lazy.
yeah, and they're just instantly right there. The speed's gonna be huge. Egg with a really
Spike
nice kill and
down
TP
A.
back out, so he is going to hold this. He sees one showers as well coming up, so really nice intel coming out of Egg. Already Party had the angle, but he just doesn't hold it. Egg with another shot though. He's gonna have 2 on this round. And
Yeah,
now
they
he's
just
gonna
need
hold up.
to relax. The spike's down. There's no tap.
Yeah.
If they TP out, they're both gonna TP most likely. So
He's been
just kinda
controlling the
relaxing.
showers.
Yeah, but they're all pretty low on the side of Valpo. There's the tap, but you can let the spike get planted. Yeah, because they're both gonna teleport, and now you know they've both left.
Yeah, and now you're just instantly running through.
It's a race, and the setup here from Cypher is ready.
Fly
We're round 1. I don't think you throw the camera here. Yeah, they're gonna be aware. They would know you're there. That might give Taeho some good timing. It's not. They know one's hookah, but they just seem
Last player
unaware.
standing.
TP does come with the spike though.
30 seconds left.
I don't. Did Waylay take a step there? Because I don't think the audio out of the recall would have been there. We weren't on that point of view, so I guess I don't know for sure. But
Now I know.
it was weird that
Didn't forget
the
the
plant.
spike.
It almost looked like a finger slip type of stopping the plant, or like looking to move to a new location, not like a I'm tapping to fake you out scenario. But
Very interesting. I mean, Egg had the right spot. At
yeah,
least
the
he
right
was
play.
on the side.
Even prepared for the possible rotate back with Waylay.
Yep.
One of the advantages of being able to have that kind of chamber-like recall.
For filling in as duelist, I don't think he's doing bad.
No, not at all.
Being honest, he's been pretty strong in a lot of these rounds that Valpo has had a chance in. But now you're going to see a couple of shots right there. You're not going to be able to make it or hit any of the trips, so you're still walking out a little bit. You have the Cypher set up, so you can play this slow. You have one lurking long.
Yeah, the Cypher setup, though, needs to be more angled to the side so you can watch long. That one gets very... You'll have the audio view, thankfully, but Cypher's on the side.
Almost the 180 tap right there, but is only going to hit Mark into the
Last
head.
player
Hit
standing.
one, and then Intellectual just walking
Spike
in, taking
planted.
the shot. It is going to be a 1v5 with a classic, so I think Flawless is exactly how we expected it to go. Belmont going up 10 forward.
Yeah, be interested to see what the Valpo buy is like. They're going to call another timeout. Really need this round, in all honesty, going into this one, because Waylay's one off of ultimate. Pretty much got all the kills in that one. And no one's close to anything on the side of Valpo. They'll have regen shields or half shields and Vandals, Phantoms. Gamer Film's going to have to opt for the Bulldog. But yeah, They gotta play a little passive, you know. They're still doing the we walk forward even on defense thing, and it just you'll get punished for it because you'll get caught off, and the timing just won't be there naturally for you because that's how the maps are designed. They're not designed to favor you when you're on that side. They're designed for you to sit farther back and play that advantage.
Yep. Especially, I mean, when you're playing just like when you're playing Tejo Cypher, right, on bind, you kind of just gotta accept that. You gotta just slow down the game.
It's a denial game. I mean, Astra, Cypher, Teo, those are all
you have characters with wide setups. Like these are characters that cover a lot of ground without you having to have your crosshair there, right?
Yep.
Like that's the key defining thing of pretty much everybody that Valpo has on their roster right now, outside of obviously Waylay. It's like if you can cover that ground without having to peek it, that's the key. So like George was talking about. We just need to slow it down.
Yeah. You also can stall so much time from the showers. So it is attack focus. They're gonna do so much showers. Or lamps. They gotta kind of fight for showers. Egg should not let
Hello.
wake up
Don't
a little
miss
bit.
me too much.
Okay.
I'm all out.
Now they have the man advantage. They just
I'm
have
all
to
out.
play relaxed here. Egg needs to not overheat.
Yeah, he does have TP up
enemy
still, so
remains.
this is a good peek and a nice TP as well. That's through 10. You know the last one's on site. You have the
Should
intel that you
TP
need.
out. Yeah. So, or he's gonna kind of play the area, and they'll send Gamer Films back to B just in case. And Tejo's in a fast rotation spot, but I mean, until you hear that TP, you just park the bus, right?
Yep.
There's no reason to leave because he's trying to play a mind game with you right now. He's in a 1v3. He's trying to get any kind of advantage he can, and he's nowhere near ultimate. Doesn't have any smokes left, so he's just trying to find a pick here.
Yep, definitely. I mean, you just walk slow. Try to control this, but Egg has just had showers locked down this whole series. Now you see it right there. There's the shot. Ninja Bandit gonna whiff on that though, but you at least have the intel right there. Gonna wait for the
30
plant. I like
seconds
this.
left.
Not peek it.
Yep,
Just
that's all
play
you
it
need to
slow.
do.
Yep. You know that he has to plant it in 30 seconds. You gotta 1v3. And you're gonna peek at the same time. It's a good play.
Still fish should
Valpo going up 10-5.
If they can manage to do this every round, because they've had man advantage in a lot of these rounds here on defense. At the end of it, they're just kind of outplaying themselves, trying to do a little too much. But if you just sit there and relax, it kind of walks into your hand. Egg did kind of leave Ghost Voices out to dry there on that shower swing. I think that was supposed to be definitely a double swing, and he turned around with that Waylay dashing into lamps. But I mean, worked in their favor. He got both there.
Yes,
Need to see Gamer Films. This is going to be a huge round for his camera. He needs to be keeping it so he can see Puka and the long here. Needs to not turn it because he's going to see multiple. Yeah. He's going to see at least
My camera
three.
is destroyed.
Yeah, there's a spot. I mean, their team is just rushing B long right now, and there comes the smokes up from perimeter. He's cutting off the angle. So they're going to immediately dash in. Waylay is on point. Yoru is on point. Brimstone is moving. It's really going to be if Gamer Films gets picked here. Oh, the shot in the reveal right there. You'll be tipping him off through the smoke. You are going to put the
Spike
handle there to
planted.
at least trade out, but the swing highs, he's just not ready for it. That's going to be 3 down from the side of Valpo. Already putting at least one
player
off on the side, but immediately Waylay gets that one and Prim finishes off the last. It's going to be a 4-for-0. I keep wanting to say Belmont. That's Texas. It's Belmont. Belmont taking up 11-5.
Yeah, Valpo, Gamer Films just has to, I know he got caught by the C's out of Fade, but you have that circle radius you can walk in, right? He needs to pull it, and he had plenty of natural cover there. He could have walked slightly into elbow, kind of around that corner, and survived and not put himself in the position, but he did just stand still here. The 5 for Valpo is going to be very weak, but we do have Stinger partners, so it's always possible.
You just had to make a decision. You either step into the smoke or you back up. You cover elbow, but Waylay as well. Waylay immediately dashing in, getting it down and one, and then immediately just wallbang through the box there. Already probably gonna drop it. It's gonna be a 3v5 going on to this retake here as Belmont already has the plant.
Oh, they're not going to be ready.
Yeah. There's one right there. And then
Last player standing.
Gamer Films should be able to peek one. I don't know what the second swing was, but the second transfer was.
Onto the Yoru clone, I think, unfortunately. But no gun here for Egg. Has the Bucky. We gotta look to maybe find one
Gonna
on the
fall
way
back
out,
here.
but I mean, it's gonna be rough. Yeah, not much you can do there. You're hoping you could find a timing, get to one of those guns, just not able to. And Belmont will be
point.
on
Let's
a
make it
match point
official.
here in the first game.
Yeah.
Gonna have 2 ultimates up on both sides. I expect Belmont to probably dump the Fade ultimate and hit a site really fast here. Valpo did save partially. Gamer Films did not. So he'll be on a stinger, but everyone else should be semi-full buy. Maybe not armor, but full util in a rifle.
Yeah, just got played slow, but it definitely is. Belmont has kind of woken up a little bit now. They are not missing any shots. Like that's kind of a big key. Is obviously, we talk about setup a lot more, but it's only as important in games. Belmont is definitely just kind of letting shots. As you have a nice setup here, and then you keep the first one in Artie Party, getting aggressive on the second. You're gonna have immediate play from Belmont right there, and Egg just peeking out, gonna get spotted right there through the wall bang.
Egg was not in the corner.
Face your fear!
Why that happened. It's not back then. The Fade ultimate will come in. Spike is down. Brimstone and Fade gonna group into showers. They've left Viper alone on site. Valpo can't waste too much time here. There is still a Brimstone also. They need to get a tap or they need to get this Astral Wall down. They're actually gonna avoid the second running gun out of Artie Party.
Hello.
Little RNG, but I mean this Brimstone ultimate is still up. He's gonna pop this
Last player
audio
standing.
cue.
He wasn't Brimstone out early.
Enemy down.
This is no problem. You can still play it right there. You just have to stick Brimstone
Someone
nose.
just has
It's
to
gonna walk
walk
through. There we go. That's good.
Yeah.
Staying alive.
Triggered.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta commit everything there. You got the Fade ultimate and the Brimstone ultimate out of Belmont, so that's huge. You got Tejo ultimate, you got Waylay ultimate, so this round is now suddenly in your favor. You gotta force buy every single round here if you're Valpo. Belmont does not need to, necessarily. A lot of teams fall into the trap, but they need one more round to go, and they aren't comfortable with giving a round up or playing it with a very safe buy. So they'll come to bite teams every once in a while. It looks like they're gonna switch it up and go B, though. They've had a lot of success coming this direction of avoiding Egg. Egg has been, well, I guess Egg has moved, but avoiding Egg in showers has been their key.
Oh, I like this ult, but it just gets flashed right there.
Yeah.
Nice and slow.
Now Kev's there instantly gonna find the launch point here. Does get caught and immediately gonna rewind, so he does break the tripwire at least. Valpo kind of losing out the setup here. There's a lot of util down on the point, but not gonna win the wall bang right there. Two are gonna drop down for Valpo, and it's gonna be a
Last
5v2.
player
Looking for
standing.
the retake. Make that a 5v1. All that stuff is Gamer Films holding off. One against 5 on the final map. There's the final round of the map here. That's gonna be a flawless round.
Attackers
Pushing
win.
Belmont to a win here, 13-6.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely flashes there for Valpo, but they've got a little bit of a different composition, a different lineup than they're typically playing with. So a little hard there. Artie Party had a really good start there. Some of the other members weren't able to get it rolling at the same time as him and able to kind of snowball that initial lead he took and built up for Valpo. But I mean, I don't think they're out of this series. From what I saw, if they can keep it clicking like they had at the beginning of this game, I think we'll probably see ourselves in map 3. But we're going to cut to a short little break while they get ready to load up the next map. So don't go anywhere.
And we are back, ladies, gentlemen, and MBs, for the start of our map 2 of this Valpo Varsity Valorant here at Valpo Esports. I'm your host, Adam. I'm here with my co-host,
Yeah.
and we're going to be moving on to Split for our second map. Excited to see, obviously, pretty usual map that we've seen Valpo play. You know, I say that every time we load into maps like this, but that's because a lot of the, popular maps are screened very, very hard. So this is what most teams practice for. But you're going to see a little bit different on the side of Valpo is we're going to be running a Sage instead of a Viper here. And then for the side of Belmont, they actually have Neon, which is interesting. They're running double duelist again, Yoru Neon, which is not a combo we usually see. So
No, definitely an interesting combo. The rest of their team looks pretty typical. And the strategy here for about the same. Gonna leave Artie to his own
Scout
devices
destroyed.
on the opposite side of the map and see what can happen. Waylay Egg gets tagged up a little bit. Viper though, getting pretty aggressive. He might get caught.
he's walking around a little bit. They're gonna have to sneak through the smoke. You're gonna have first peek right here on Intellectual. Trying
Be
to
right
people
back.
peeking it. Does get the vision right there, so you know that there's
There.
one. You do have the TP up for Egg. You have to be careful. You're at least holding his back right now. So you're gonna walk through. He doesn't have the TP. He doesn't consume the TP. Artie Party gonna get one, but two are gonna trade for Valpo. And now you're kind of stuck in no man's land. You don't have much util here. You're walking down mid. You have to make a decision. You have one going long B. but
Spike
Ninja
down,
Panda's gonna
B.
get dropped. And now with the smite down,
Last
there's
player
not much
standing.
you can do. Ghost Voice is gonna peek around on Heaven, at least get one, but they know Egg is coming from mid. Like there's no time for Egg to rotate around long B anymore. So with Belmont knowing that, I feel like you've kind of set him up to get screwed here by somebody.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some crazy timing at the moment, actually. I think it's taken so long that they're not
30 seconds left.
not going to be able to find that one. Definitely was doable if you got the first. Viper pretty low. But it just seems like, again, they were unaware that Viper could be mid. As they saw the Molly come out of the mid smoke and land at their feet and tag them up. Viper walks out of the smoke and gets two and is able to walk back in and escape out the room.
Valorant has this beautiful thing of there's so much going on that your object permanence becomes like a toddler's object permanence. Like you see something happen, but there's 50 other things happening that you completely forget about the first thing that happened. So you're gonna see Viper have the same setup over mid again, right? Obviously, this is classic for Viper, right? This is one of the best poison orb spots that you can have. Popping out with the judge and actually gonna whip the shots to the classic there. The pickup, and there's another judge peeked right around the corner again. Intellectual gonna pick two, and Ghost Voice is kind of stuck in the middle here. You have the wall off on the rotate as well from your own
Spike
team,
down
so
mid.
Yeah.
you just stuck yourself in the corner.
A little unfortunate there.
broke
Party
ya,
can
bro.
find one here. Gamer Films has made his way into B, but I don't think he's
Last
gonna be
player
running anywhere
standing.
in this corner. Even yeah, he's gonna find a 4K. That's going to be something they're going to need to be aware of now. That the shotguns are going to probably be a staple mid. I don't think that's going to be all they could afford type buy. I think that's going to be something we see on repeat. It looks like Valpo is going to elect to go A and join Artie Party. This was much more typical Valpo Valorant, losing the first two, and then usually starting to pull it back after they can. But I mean, Ninja Panda is going to not elect to say. Just a very late buy there. E-Red's gonna try some shenanigans.
They called out the site really well here. It's gonna have the Viper wall set and a lot of smokes
Spike
going out.
down
But
A.
they're actually going 1 for 1. Now the drop down from Heaven is just gonna be chaotic.
Player
That's an
standing.
even trade right there coming out of Valpo and Belmont. Beaumont. It's Belmont. It's not Beaumont. I'm sorry. I grew up in Texas, and there's a high school right by me named Beaumont, and that's what's throwing me off. I'm so used to saying it's Belmont, B-E-L, but Belmont gonna go up 3-0 right now in this series.
And, shout out Wash College Esports. I'm gonna assume that's Washington College. I don't know what you're
Shout
doing
out.
here.
Dude.
Washington College admin.
Lurkers
yeah.
lurking, man.
Doing
He's
some-
trying to get scout info. What can I say? He's probably getting scout info. It seems. You love to see it.
Yeah, maybe. That's dedication. I mean, but dropping the follow.
Poison orb
I mean,
emitted.
you could have just been watching.
Honestly, no, that's respect. You let yourself be known as we walked straight into the Odin after being decayed as well from the orb. Just kind of sending it. I feel like Valpo's kind of just throwing everything at the wall here. As the sneak there is not even going to work. And unfortunately, the wall is around and they all just walk out on point. And that's going to be a 4K for the Odin on Intellectual. Belmont going up 4-0.
Yeah, I know that was a they're gonna actually call timeout already, and I know that was a very cheap buy out of Valpo. No real weapons there because they didn't have the money for it, but
yeah.
Still, I think sitting at all one area when you've already encountered Belmont using 2 judges mid is maybe not the best idea, especially when they know you're going to have a weak buy. You're probably not going to have armor. That's the round where they're going to bring out a judge. They're going to bring out some kind of Odin, the Ares, something that can mow a large group of people down very fast.
When you're not worried about those like one-shot headshots, your spray transfer is going to be everything. So you just pick the weapon with the highest damage and spray, right?
Yeah.
Like you just try to mow down anything you can. So obviously, well played coming from Belmont, being able to be conscious of that. Moving into that round, but a good timeout. I feel like you need to slow it down after 4 rounds in a row, especially with how strong Valpo came out last round. I think the strengths that they showed in the last map specifically, especially in the early game, just aren't really apparent right now, and Valpo needs to just slow down and kind of, rekindle that.
Yeah, I also want to see something out of Egg. He's kind of holding it together there in the second half of game 2 when they were on defense on Vine. A slow start for him, 0-4, but he's your duelist, We haven't really seen him explode. I don't know if we've really even seen him use his dash or the recall. Either way, and, that's kind of your key to success is going to be through your duelist. If he could get in there and cause a little bit of chaos. Viper will see a view with the Jiggle Peak, but I mean, this Odin is still heaven, and it's going to be a nightmare to get through.
I see the idea. You're trying to escort Sage down middle so you can wall it on the rotate, but it's just not worth it because Waylay is your only duelist. It's like you're sending your only duelist to enter onto a site, not enter onto a site. You're sending your only duelist to close off close off an off angle. Yeah. And you have nobody to enter on site. So you're going to see Valpo has Artie Party on the rotate and then gets stuff there. And now they're not on site. Now they don't have anybody in mid. And you're kind of lost again just moving through ropes, right? Like you're forced to do a full another setup again. The difference is that it's a 2v5 instead of a 5v5. I don't know what the goal is right now. Everything's going to be able to at least get one though.
Yeah, I do think the goal and the idea, the thought process is a little backwards out of Valpo. At that point, if this was your goal,
30 seconds left.
I think you just go Viper. You just throw the wall that covers mid, anyways.
Weapon here.
And you can just do that without walking.
Player standing.
Yeah, you can do that before the round even starts. I mean, there's no real need there. They already moved there. You might as well force them to try to swing and out-duel them. The attack not going well here, but I mean, I'd love to just see them, kind of try to explode. Ignore the middle of the map. Yours play there. Viper's going to be mid. There's no reason for Viper to be anywhere else because that orb through mid is one of the most crucial pieces of Split in its entire history as a map. Viper has always been played and always thrown that orb mid to lock that down and throw the wall elsewhere.
I need Valpo to look at something really quick for the enemy team. We know that Viper is mid. Viper's been mid every single time. Who else on their team outside of Astra is going to slow you on point? Like who has set up for you on point that if you were to just rush point and rush site, who would stop you?
Yeah, I mean it has to be a neon stun that catches you. And that's
exactly.
the
It's
only
like
thing.
There's no like sentinel setup. They really don't have like consistent smoke like that because they're running fade, right? And if you know that Viper has orb over middle, you don't have that kind of one-way peek that you would look for and have it's hip fire right there.
I know exactly
but it's just like
where
you know their comp, right? You see their comp and you see one of their
Spike
people
down,
just consistently go in one spot. I don't know why we haven't pulled the trigger on a site yet.
Yeah, no, the spike is down on site as well. Ninja Panda not going to be able to retrieve it. They've got a nasty hold here on it. see what Artie Party could do. Avoids the eye.
30 seconds left.
I don't know if it'll work in his favor. Oh, we're gonna commit the wall. I don't think that's worth it.
Last player standing.
A little too much of a commitment there out of that. Gonna have to walk into the operator because you don't have anything remaining. So
Yeah, I don't know. I guess the thought process was like you didn't. What's it called? You're kind of going down on credits, so you just tried to turn something into nothing. But
yeah,
I don't know. Now you just sunk, right?
Yeah. Without the if you have the spike, you know, or it's maybe a possible spot that could have been recovered, it makes sense. But it just really wasn't. You knew both players on the side of Belmont were over there protecting it. You knew where Fade was, so you didn't really have a way to get to it. So you'll see the operators posted up here, and Valpo, unfortunately, walk it over. But you do have Sky. You can kind of dog it off of the line side. We've actually got
Obscuring concealment.
Yeah, I mean, they're up in both lines now. It's one of those where when you go down 6 rounds, they have credits for practically everything, as they're not going to check the close angle right there, as they're going to be able to pick off one. Egg is going to finish off a double kill, though, so you are on site now and pushed out. You kill the Prowler, going to peek around the corner. You know that the op is peeking heaven. I like this smoke. That is a great smoke. You can see if he wants the wall back in. He's not going to find it. I like that spot, but you're going to throw another smoke right there. I don't know if that's necessary. Neon slides right in, gets the concuss and the shorty kill right there. All that's left is Game of Thrones on point. We're going to see if we can hold it, and the bunny hops right there from Neon are going to be just enough. 2 kills for the shorty, and then a defuse right there is going to push Belmont up 7-0.
Yeah, I mean, the Egg not prepared for the flank. Cypher didn't die, so if that trip goes down, you know it got shot, it got knifed. There's going to be audio with that, so interesting that he was kind of caught off guard turning around there. And not prepared for somebody to be behind, but I mean, they just haven't been able to really deal with this Neon running around. It's been a little bit of a nuisance for them. And they're going to actually flip the strategy. Like I said, everyone at Artie Party is going to look to work B or mid, and at the moment, there's only one player. I mean, Viper has a quick rotate, but if they go fast here,
Don't miss it.
it looks like they're going to finally.
I like this because even though it didn't work out first time, like you are gonna peek that there. Not being recorded, but even though it didn't like work the first time, it's the most success you've had all game. Just pushing sight. Like I feel like you're at least on the right path here. You are gonna be able to save one, get a use out of that, and then the spray through the Viper smoke right there is gonna be able to pick off Viper. So it's actually gonna be clutch for shutting down that wall. Artie Party at ropes here. Neon does not see Artie. This is a great spot. Yeah, just immediately get shot in the back. Might be able to upgrade from the Bulldog. There it is. Pick up the Vandal Ninja Party. Excuse me, Ninja Panda with a double kill there.
Wait, Panda had the spike though, and we
Spike down A.
The only player trapped, and everyone
Covering
left.
it.
Now,
I've got your trail.
But I mean, this is huge. You know, it's only one.
One enemy
Party finds
remaining.
that. I'm not sure what B Red was doing. A little bit of a throw there.
I have the spike.
Gonna leave Fade in a 1v4. It does have all. Probably will not use it as the operator, so this retake's gonna be near impossible.
Spike
Having to go
planted.
through ropes with these angles. Egg timing.
How do you think that was gonna end?
He pulled out his knife as well. That round confused me. I'm gonna be honest. So many things happened that I have no clue why they happened. There was a weird ropes peak. We were shooting at nothing for a second to like try and pre-fire the person dropping into ropes, and then it worked and they killed ropes. And then we had the lurk around mid, and then you pulled out your knife after peeking it with the operator, knowing that they were rotate, and you had spike control. I don't know. I feel like, although I'm very happy Valpo was on the board there, that seems like such a cluttered round that it wasn't like something I could really point to that was like, oh yeah, Valpo did this to win the round. That was just kind of like
a throw back and forth, and it just worked in Valpo's favor.
It just fell into our hand.
Blocking vision.
Belmont with a really quick rotate here. Valpo's kind of stalled out.
Blinded.
Yeah, just kind of running.
Spike down A.
Party finds one, but the spike has been donated again. I don't know why the first person going through the smoke has the spike. They're actually just looking to try to throw the off the map, and it doesn't make it, so. But they probably won't go looking for it. Oh, Egg is going to get shot in the back air.
Yeah, here comes the Odin. Egg is at least gonna pick up and get one. It's gonna be a 3v2 on site, so it's definitely winnable
enemy
for Valpo.
remaining.
Oh, there's one left here. It's a 7 for 2. You see Red on ult as well, and here comes the Waylay ult. Gonna be able to pop out, not hit Red though, the slow.
player
Gonna be backside,
standing.
but he doesn't pick the right spot. Now they're gonna walk through smoke. Smoke gets him caught. And beating Red with a triple kill and a clutch there, being the last person alive, pushing Belmont to 8-1.
A triple kill, but it was 1v1v1. And it wasn't ever a 3v1. Valpo, I mean, Artie Party we weren't aware of where B-Red was on that one, but even in the 1v2
Checking the
scenario,
situation.
the pop of the ult is definitely an overheat out of Egg. No reason for that in a 3v1, and then a 2v1. And it doesn't land. There's so much area over there that you weren't really trapped.
I'm
You
going
got
up
a
up.
general idea, but
Need that back.
If you're gonna ult that spot as well, you gotta dash in. You know what I mean? Like, you're not getting use out of that. And
Spike
immediately
down
straight right
A.
there.
Recovering
It's gonna be a
last
triple
player
kill
standing.
for, Neon right there. And B-Red just swings out, gets the 4th one. All that's left is Artie Party on the flank. Just avoiding it here. But yeah, it's just a lot of decisions that don't really make sense because Cal's not used to playing like this. And AC, he just walks through. Viper having a little fun there, but the quick swing is going to be able to finish that off. It's going to be 9-1 back.
yeah, Valpo not ready for a Neon Ultimate to get active. Just the fact that could happen, which is interesting. You know, I feel like you got to be aware of that. You got to know the character you're playing against, and I think they bought in that round. We didn't really see much of what they had weapon-wise.
Heading to the
They all
above.
died so fast, but they are on a low buy here, so I would assume they spent their credits in the last round, but they're just going to continue to force the issue at.
Yep. I think Valpo at this point is kind of just not gonna say running it, but they definitely have.
Taking that back.
You know what? I'm just gonna let him play. Just gonna let him play because there's not really much prediction I can do here. There's been a lot of
Getting caught
weird
in this
decisions.
slow,
But I mean, we've seen him on the flank a lot of the times before, but they finally caught on to it. Leon pick off one there. It's gonna go 1-for-1, but they are just trapped in the corner. That's concussion. Oh, nice sage wall right there. They're gonna break through. Now watching Yoru and
a little too late to try and dodge the flash, I think. They all get caught into the corner.
we saw the Yoru clone and then we shot
Last
the Yoru
round
clone
in the
after
half.
he walked through. Sometimes it'd be like this. I get it, man. I get it. Some days, the games are just like this.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
just not clicking.
Also, not the starting roster. You know, not the typical roster. People are playing roles they're not typically playing, characters they're not usually on.
Yeah.
Try and fill that gap at the moment, and it just makes it rough.
It's just it's a different game feel, right? When you don't have that starting roster, that can be a little bit rough, especially when you're playing
Concealment.
from
Need that
behind.
back.
So it's gonna be 10-1 Belmont going up here. Catch there with a quick pop right there. Are gonna have the ult come out of fade as well, but it's coming in a little bit too deep as immediately the walk through with Shorty, and then Rosewood's at least gonna get a double kill
player
with the right,
standing.
but I can be able to find it. Both are picked right there from both sides, and Belmont winning another round at 11.
Switching sides.
Yeah, gotta switch sides here.
Go, go, go.
Capo be on defense. Might work out a little better for them. They didn't really seem to be able to get their duelists inserted anywhere and kind of take any space on the attack. So maybe letting it come to them. It looks like Belmont is just going to full send it through an A. I mean, Valpo has to be aware that Neon is just going to full run. And there's only like, you know, one direction on B you can go. You gotta go through main. If you're going mid, there's two directions. A, they gotta go up ramp or straight into sites. You just gotta be prepared that Neon's gonna be fast in one of those like 5 areas on the map. That's all it can be.
Yeah, it's coming. You know, like
Yeah,
11
you
to
know
1.
it's coming.
You've seen how Neon has been playing this whole time.
outta here.
You know that the speed is coming. Immediately try to jiggle peek through the Viper wall. You're able to get
Gonna
the
fall
rotate
back
there.
in.
Not gonna hit the corner though, and 3 peek out right there. Intellectual being the first one to drop egg on site. Sage also falling. You're gonna have to rotate around.
Spike planted.
Ghost Voice is at least taking one with him, but a triple kill for Intellectual here. They're still playing the backside. It's gonna be a 3v2.
Last
up and
player
heavy right now,
standing.
and Intellectual, the 4K, almost having the ace here. We're going to see if they give it to him on this pistol round. You have the fake TP come out. Artie Party still lurking up to the top here. You're going to have Yoro at ropes, but the peek there and the ace for Intellectual on this very first round, putting them to match point.
Yeah,
Match point.
on
Final
match
moment.
point here. Valpo.
So, we like a little cordial celebration in the chat. I appreciate that little shout out. It's so simple.
Ninja Panda has done that every single time there's been an ace by anyone, I think, either direction in every single Valorant match in ECC and Missouri Valley Conference this semester, which surprisingly has been a couple.
They're just a nice person.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got like a macro for anytime someone aces, it just goes off. He's not even typing it, he doesn't even know.
Trips are gonna actually catch out a lot. There's a lot of
There you
damage.
go.
You're able to take one. It's gonna be one from one. Artie probably just drops onto the point. Intellectual, the quick strike there.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, the hip fire right there, and you pop the other one on the rotation.
Spike
Last shot right
planted.
there. It's a Stinger versus a scope shot. Yeah, this is a little bit rough for Ghost Voices. I feel like
With the stinger though,
the knife. Almost got it. Yeah,
wait
there's
for
the
the knife bag.
Attackers win.
I appreciate it, but that is good to see Belmont taking off this Valorant Varsity Series 2-0, winning off 2 maps here, 13-1 and 13-6, I think it was. So pretty strong showing out of them. Valpo definitely has a lot to go off of, but you know, at the end of the day, not the starting roster. Right, you're gonna have to make adjustments. This is the first week with this roster as well, so gotta switch it up a little bit. I feel like a lot of the growing pains kind of showed out today.
And I mean, this was a rescheduled game, so we did the courtesy of rescheduling that for them when they came to us and asked. So gonna have to play with what we had, unfortunately. Without your duelist it's a big piece. I mean, without any of the starting players, it's a big piece, but it's hard for. It's a little easier for some of the other roles, you know, the controller to step into the sentinel role, the sentinel to step into like the controller role. The duelist and the initiator are very hard roles to step into from the others. I'd say those two kind of, you know, it's easier to fill into those. A lot more people are familiar with those characters. They all play very similar, but a lot of the duelists play very, very different, and it's a completely different game than all of the other roles. So.
It's a bit rough. I mean, Egg's always been that person that is willing to step up for that team. So as much as, you know, the performances and what we were looking for, still appreciate it. Like, it's not easy to do what he was doing. And he showed out on the first map as well. So we still appreciate it, you know, being able to be there for the team. So hopefully with a couple more maps under their belt, you know, they're going to be able to pick from this experience and move on a little bit in a more positive light. But that is going to be it from us here in the booth today. Thank you guys for all the likes, follows, comments, and subscribes. Thank you for all the support as well. And we will catch you guys at the start of our next stream.